Chicago's #1 news. This is ABC 7 News at 4:30.
Then we're going to explain how federal regulations may become one of the most contentious political issues of the next presidential election. Is the price tag for government regulation too high? Well, that is the claim of Republican leaders after President Obama announced plans for 7 new government regulations that would cost the economy $1 billion a year. ABC 7's Paul Meinke spent the day at one suburban company that could be affected by these new regulations. Paul?
Alan, it is most definitely a Republican theme that new rules and regulations coming out of the EPA, OSHA, and other government agencies are short-sighted, expensive, and will ultimately do more harm than good. As the House Deputy Whip, Republican Congressman Peter Roskam used some back-home visits today to underscore the claim that too much regulation means nothing but trouble for jobs. This is Chicago White Metal Casting in Bensonville, $28 million in annual revenue, a family-run business with 250 employees who make metal cast components used in a wide array of automotive, healthcare, and telecommunications equipment. The company's made it through the thick and thin of 3 generations, and although business is good now, the boss is unsettled with the prospect of new government regulations.
You start pushing energy costs up, and those are expenses that we can't pass on to our customers. Right. They don't want to hear about that.
Congressman Peter Roskam has heard that message before. It is a message that he and other GOP House leaders intend to make a key component of the next campaign, that the Obama administration is muscling through EPA regulations that are illogical and unnecessary job killers.
The question is, where is the wisdom behind these regulations, and are they adding value and ultimately safety?
For example, one proposed rule, this company says, would require it to reduce particulate matter inside the plant from 15 parts per billion to 2.5 parts per billion, which would mean, they say, that air in the plant would be significantly cleaner than the air outside. That means new equipment, higher cost.
What type of manufacturing facility could absorb those types of costs and expect to remain competitive?
We were asked if we were anti-regulation, and that's not at all what our industry is about. We're about regulations that make sense.
Eric Treiber says one of his employees now devotes half his time just to satisfying EPA paperwork and permits. And with new proposed greenhouse gas emissions likely coming to smaller business, workload and cost will climb, he says, at the expense of jobs.
We need a break, and what we don't need are regulations that are coming from Washington that are inflexible and unwise and ultimately don't add any value.
President Obama, in a letter to the House Speaker today, says that his administration has created a regulatory environment that is less burdensome than under George Bush, and that the new rules, many of which are only proposed, have already laid the groundwork for saving money and saving lives. But we're going to hear this theme a lot in the campaign.
On different sides.
Right.
Paul, thank you.